do you find that there are women who will say, I want you to express yourself, but they don't create the safe space for you to do so?
Oh, yes, definitely. And it sucks sometimes as men, right? We want to be vulnerable with our woman.
Yes.
We really do. Like, whatever. But here comes the problem. And most men can attest to this. We want to be vulnerable with you guys. We want to tell you everything under the sun, whatever. But sometimes when we become vulnerable with you guys, not guys, but with you ladies, sometimes it can be used against us as a weapon.
I guess the question then is, how does a woman create a safe space for you to be vulnerable if you've experienced being vulnerable and having it weaponized?
I don't have the answer. I don't know what it looks like.
Oof. Let me tell you what I used to do. I remember there was a point where I looked at my ex and we were just having a conversation. I remember just looking at him and I was like, how can I love you better? I know I'm loving you. You know I love you. But am I loving you in a way that you can receive? Because there's a difference between how I'm loving you and how you receive love. And I remember him just sitting back and being like,
yes.
I've never in 40-something years ever been asked this question in my life. And he was like, I actually don't even know. Like, give me a bit, because I actually need to now ponder this, because you've taken this to a next level. Because for me, it was important that I was creating a space and an environment that love could flourish. Right? Because again, right? Like people talk about, I got out of a relationship because it was toxic. And it always annoys me because I'm like, if you actually know the definition of toxicity, nothing actually grows in a toxic environment, right? Like a wasteland. It's impossible to have had love and had toxicity because it wouldn't have grown. But I was about flourishing. I was about creating a really good soil for it to grow, because we were talking about forever. Like, we were supposed to have a forever. And if we're going to have forever, we need to be able to build something in really amazing soil. So before we start going down this line and I'm just loving you and I end up saying, but I gave you my all. But I didn't give you my all. I gave you the version that I thought that you wanted, but it wasn't the all that you wanted from me. Would that help if women turned to their men and said, how can I love you better?
Oh, yes. When you said that, I felt that. I was like, ooh, that's deep. Like, I just sat back too. Like, first I'd have been like, what's going on? First I was like, hold up, what's going on? Like, I started thinking, like, did I like somebody's post something? What the hell I do, right? Number one. But after I got past that part, I would have been like the guy you just said, Apostle Man, like, okay, I never had this question before. So how can you love me better? Right? What that does to me, it lets me know, like, okay, this woman here really cares about me and my thought process on how I would like to be loved, right? I'm not just accepting what she gives me. She wanted more insight. And then what that does right there, it gives me the safe place to say certain topics or talk about something. Like, okay, that means I can talk to you right now without you being in defense mode. Because you presented the question saying, how can you love me better? And I'm like, shoot, I mean, we're talking about this. I have a list. Not a list, but I can give you some things.
No.
How would you love better? I think all men, I can say all men want to say certain things to their woman, but they don't know how to do it, in a sense. Like, that one question right there you presented, if women were to take that one sentence right there and ask their husband or boyfriend, whatever, in a isn't it just random, or just y'all both in a good place, you will get so much out of it. But still, at the same time, ladies, please, whatever the man pours out to you, please do not use as a weapon later on in the future. Because what it does, once that door is closed, it will never be open again.